Yes, good morning, viewers of Beg TV and readers of begmedia.com, one of Uganda's leading digital news platforms. Today we are glad to host the newly appointed acting deputy principal of Makerere University Business School, Associate Professor Dr. Mindra-Katoroogo. Hopefully I got your name right.
Rachel Mindra-Katoroogo.
Yes.
Yes.
We are very happy for you to spare some time for us and for our viewers and readers.
Thank you.
In a nutshell, our viewers would want to know who is Dr. Mindra or Miss Dr. Mindra-Katoroogo. Who is she?
Thank you. Good morning, viewers and readers, as referred to, of Beg Media. I have no capacity to differentiate, but we're here. I am, as introduced, Associate Professor Rachel Mindra-Katoroogo, and I'm very pleased this morning that and humbled that a team from the media picked interest in me. That is extremely humbling, and I'm thankful for that. So who is Rachel? You can address me as Rachel. I've had too much professor in the past few days, so we can keep it at that. That's fine. It doesn't take away anything. Thank you. So Rachel is a female, as you can see. Very important. These days we don't take that for granted. I am I'm 41. I am I am from Adjumani, born to engineer and Mrs. Mindra, and I'm the third child of 4. So yes, I'm married to Mr. Herbert Katoroogo, and together we have 2 teenage sons. Rachel, I've been in Mubs, Makerere University Business School, for 19 years counting. I joined the business school in 2006 as a teaching assistant, and I have risen through the academic ranks. From teaching assistant, I'm now an associate professor, and I've also risen through administrative ranks. In my administrative journey, I served as a head of department of finance for about 6.5 years. From there, I had a gap year, and then I became the Dean of the Faculty of Commerce. You're in the office of the Dean, Faculty of Commerce, not the Deputy Principal, but the person is the acting Deputy Principal. So I transitioned to being Dean, Faculty of Commerce, and just so you know, I also became the first female Dean of the Faculty of Commerce. Faculty of Commerce is the mother of Makerere University Business School. So it's the largest faculty. It's the heart of Mubs. And when you're a leader in the Faculty of Commerce, you run the faculty like you're the mother of the entire institution. So this is the largest faculty. We have 124 staff, 4 departments, and over 2,000 students. So this new position has found me in the role of the Dean of the Faculty of Commerce. And now I have been elevated to being the acting Deputy Principal. And as you rightly said when we had a chat, as we wait for the period to elapse for the Education Service Commission to undertake due process to either accept me with performance, so that is already a challenge on me to perform, and we'll see what happens then. As a dean and head of department, and I've been given several responsibilities in this institution.
Yes, and that's where we are going. What are some of the things, the key decisions you hope to implement even within this short time when you're acting?
Okay. I didn't want to lose some of those responsibilities that come in terms of my growth trajectory in the institution, especially administratively. I've served on the top management committee. I have been part of the team that established the risk management framework for the institution. I have served on the academic board. I have served on the scholarship interviewing committees where we select the best students for study scholarships. I have chaired faculty boards, research committees, and several other responsibilities. But also, most importantly, the current role that I run is the Board of Trustees chairperson over the Mubs Retirement Benefit Scheme, which is quite a large scheme, given that we have a number of staff, about 1,500 staff. So we have a very large scheme whose leadership I am actually leading, and so many other responsibilities there.
At 41, some of our viewers would say, "Oh, you're too young." And how did you make it? I mean, it's such a short. I mean, to associate professor by 41. Usually, you know, in academic circles, some of these journeys tend to be longer. They're doing the masters, doing the publications that are peer reviewed, the research. How did you achieve it? For people watching you and people who may be inspired by your journey?
Yeah.
Because I guess if you're 41, probably you had a PhD by 35. or even younger.
Yeah.
Yes, how did you do that?
Right. So, and I picked this particular statement from my boss, Professor Moses Muhezi. He always tells our students, do things in time. I've had the privilege of doing things in time. From my childhood, I'm privileged to have come from a privileged family who are able to provide for my education in time, who are able to have me elevate myself to study a master's in time. So immediately I finished my undergraduate at 23 here at Mubs. I have been at Mubs, so I have the heart and...
So you did business administration?
I did Bachelor of Business Administration at Mubs. I majored in finance. That's where my career in finance also started. And immediately after I completed my bachelor's here at Mubs in 2006, when I graduated as one of the best students. So I went to work away in the finance sector briefly, and then I was headhunted to come in and interviewed for the position of teaching assistant. So that was about 24. I didn't take long in the private sector. I came and joined Mubs I graduated in 2006, joined Mubs November 2006. At the time, graduation was always the year of completion. So you got into a job immediately if you qualified. So 2006.
That means you had a first class or upper second?
I had an upper second, yes. So, and I was the best student in my finance class. So I was looked for by the finance department to join the team because of the great grades that I had as a finance student. So I came in here in November 2006. And in 2007, my parents offered to pay for my master's degree in the UK. So I asked for study leave from Mubs, which was granted. And I went to the UK to do my master's in money, banking and finance.
That's 2007.
2007. So you realize I did things that people ordinarily want to do in time. They'll either wait to do their master's in 2 years, 3 years, or first work, then study later. And then I was still torn between, am I coming back to the academia or am I going to, I always saw myself working in the finance sector.
In the corporate sector, sitting in a bank.
I was a proper
or in an audit firm.
Something like that. So that was, but when I came back from the UK, and my master's took just 1 year, and I graduated with the distinction. So I finished in time. Came back to Mubs. And when I came back to Mubs, because I had been exposed to the UK university system, I felt that I'd be a better teacher. When I came back, I had new methods of teaching that we had not done here. I enjoyed teaching more because I felt a little better than some of, people who are not exposed to the system. When I came here, I started to love teaching more than when I went. And from From there, I was promoted. Once you completed, you are promoted to assistant lecturer and lecturer. Did my publications, moved to senior lecturer in time, because now I knew, and then the space of academia was more male-dominated. And I'm like, no, I'm going to thrive in this space, because if I've spent this time here, I need to do what I'm meant to do to get to the top of the academic ladder. So that shows you a focus. I'm a naturally focused person, very focused, very principled, and I want to get things done. That is also character built from when I was a child. So from there, I did my publications. Now, at a certain level, you rise in the academic ladders here through publications, which I did. I would get some research training from colleagues, basically doing what you need to do to move. Then in 2013, so came back from the UK, finished my bachelor's, came back in 2008. 2009 got my promotion, because now I had completed my master's. I got married, took a break, I think. Got married, had my 2 babies, one after the other. And then while I was at it, mothering, and now...
So you took like a leave?
I didn't take leave. I came back to work. But the time I went to study, I took study leave. So after completion, I came back to Mubs to offer my services. So 2013, Africa Development Bank came to Mubs. They had study scholarships, PhD, and they were interested in women. Now look at me here. Timing plus God's favor. They say opportunity finds those who are prepared. So it seems opportunities usually find me prepared. And I'm beginning to believe so. So 2013, Africa Development Bank comes to public universities for capital development and peer development, capacity building. So incidentally, the current principal was the one coordinating that program. So I walked to his office. He was the Dean of Faculty of Business Administration at the time. I walked to his office. I tell him, sir, I've heard about these opportunities, and they're asking if women could, they're prioritizing women. He told me at the time I was not a doctor. He told me, Mindra, you can apply. Try your luck. Write a proposal, but the deadline is next week.
I'm writing a PhD proposal and everything, concept. No.
Get admission, all these things. But I said, I'm not missing this opportunity. I'm not going to pay that school fees of a PhD. The opportunity has come. They're looking for people. I can tell you, I spent sleepless nights. Right? I got help, consultation here. I came up with not a perfect. And then I wrote to, there was a University of Witwatersrand in South Africa.
Witwatersrand, yeah.
That's where Wits Business School, that's where I applied. Lo and behold, I got a provisional admission. I put in a very quick application to Wits Business School and University of Cape Town, because I knew I wanted to study abroad, but not too far from my family.
Not like in the masters, the UK.
No, at the time I didn't have family. I was still in my father's house. But here, I was married, I had children, so even the decisions you take are very important. And when I shared with my husband the opportunity, he told me, you know what, you go for it, we will find a way. That is very important. When your partner is not in it with you, I can tell you it can be very difficult. And I just want to say, given this opportunity, I'm on social media to thank my husband. He has handheld me and believed in my dreams, encouraged me, and been my biggest cheerleader. He has never stopped me.
Do you work with your husband? Is he in academic stuff?
No, he's not. He's not. He's in a totally different space.
You know, usually highly educated women tend to scare off quite a number of
Not
men,
my husband.
And that means you are lucky.
I am extremely lucky, and I can tell you I've shared stories with women. And unfortunately, the partner looks at it as competition. And yet I think it is cooperation.
I have a PhD, the man doesn't have...
In my home, the PhD doesn't matter. When I reach home, I am Rachel, wife, mother. Yeah,
okay.
That's what's important.
Then,
so Rachel, the story goes on.
How do you intend to juggle these roles? You have told me you sit on a number of boards, you have other number of responsibilities.
Yes.
Now you are acting deputy principal.
Yeah.
How are you going to juggle these roles?
Yes.
Together, how are you going to juggle them so that you achieve your aims?
Yeah. So I can tell you the first thing about juggling roles is understanding what each role requires. I currently sit on 3 boards, that is Uganda Development Bank, the Uganda Securities Exchange, and RENU Financial Services, the Research Education Network of Uganda, Financial Services Arm. And all these require responsibility, but it's seasonal, so you plan. But my main job is my Mubs job.
Head of.
I'm going to leave eventually I'll reign out of the Dean Faculty of Commerce role, and by virtue of being acting deputy principal, you cannot be the chair of the retirement benefit scheme, because now you're representing a sponsor. So some of these things are going to win off organically because of the role, the new role. And of course, rationalization, certain decisions are going to be made at my personal level to be able to effectively deliver in this role. And like I told you, I have been taken to other boards because I have thrived in Mubs. So I owe Mubs my time and my commitment. So I'm here. But there's also a saying that give the busiest people responsibility and things will get done.
In your view, as a female who has climbed all these ladders, academic, what do you think are some of the challenges that other females face, especially those that pursue the academic path?
Yeah.
What are some of the challenges from a female perspective?
Yes.
That sometimes many of these eventually end up either getting stuck in the middle or giving up altogether?
Yeah. The major challenge for females, especially females who have families, the biggest challenge is that balance and the support system. You know, with this whole journey, PhD, you need a support system. So people must invest in the support system.
You Family. PhD, like we are away for 3 years or 5?
I was lucky that I did my PhD in South Africa was sandwich. So I could spend a month in Uganda, travel, and I had very good supervisors. And these are the relationships to create. When I first met my supervisors, I told them I have very small children. So I would want to finish my PhD in time, and I'm going to do the work. So that they understood. So when I went to South Africa, I went with milestones. If I'm going to write and submit my methodology chapter, I sat in the library from morning to evening, writing, and I would book a return ticket so that I know if I'm in South Africa in January to March, I must go home in March. So I would do the work and go home. When I come home, family. And of course, you when the kids go to sleep, you go to so that balancing act. And many people are so going back to your question is women face that challenge, especially women who have families. And usually by the time you reach this level, you've started your family life for some. So that balance, that support system, some people don't have it. Some people don't have that focus to do now. And so that social life balance, social work balance is sometimes difficult for some women. Some women I've interacted with do not get the support that they need from their spouses. I had a very unfortunate conversation with one of the ladies in an academic institution who wanted to do a PhD. She told me, "How did you convince your husband to support you?" I said, I'm really lucky. She told me the day she told her husband she wanted to start the PhD, the man told her, "Hey, I have to finish my SCCA." When he finished his SCCA, she said, "Can I start now?" No. I have my master's to complete. you have children. First, he finished. So she waited. Meanwhile, time is going. The next unfortunate one, he said, weren't we supposed to have our 4th child? You know what that means.
That means another 9 months.
That means another 9
almost
and 2
another
years.
year, 2 years, because
Oh,
by the time
that is it. So when is this lady going to do her PhD?
eventually, I think she had to give up.
She lost an opportunity of a scholarship, and she lost time. And when time passes, you lose interest. Because the PhD is like a child. There's a moment when every woman wants to have a child.
Yeah, because of the biological clock.
That is it. Yes, there are other things to be done. So those are the things. Then some people confuse progression, especially women, confuse progression, ambition with progression in life. And in my journey of elevation, I've had women saying she's too ambitious. Unfortunately, fellow women,
Is supposed to be
as if ambition is supposed to be for men or for a certain segment. So I've had people say she's too ambitious. So I begin to say, what are we teaching our children? Are we not going to teach our children to be ambitious? Those are some of the challenges you face as you raise up as a woman, as you go to do your PhD. The misunderstanding that when a woman gets a PhD, she'll stop cooking, she'll stop mopping the floor.
But again, also,
she'll stop.
But again, also from my experience and from talking to various people, even in academic circles, a lot of those negative things are actually happening. You find women who, once they progress, either they feel that they are the heads of the home, and sometimes it creates some kind of instability in the family. Especially if the husband is, like you said, is not supportive and not understanding. Because we grow up in a patriarchal society where a man feels just
and you see, a woman doing a PhD does not take away the role of a man. And I think it is different. It is different because for me, a PhD it's not the end of. So when I'm at home, I can tell you it is mommy, wife, yes. The titles, I've seen some women in their homes, the husband calling them doctor or professor. But how?
Maybe as we wind up, before we are in the age of artificial intelligence. It has become a very big issue in the academic world, in the media world where I work, and so many other. It has altered so many aspects of our life. But in academia, we have seen instances where we doubt the originality of now research because of artificial intelligence, where students no longer have to exert themselves a lot, have to think a lot, because they can go somewhere and type in a prompt. How is Mubs and you and the department, how are you trying to harness AI without its harmful effects to research, while dealing with these harmful effects to research?
So AI is with us. As you rightly said, it is with us. And artificial intelligence came in here to work more efficient, to make processes faster, to support innovation and creativity. But of course, as you say, the integrity has been compromised by many. And we are aware of that. We're experiencing that with our students. But as an institution, and I'm privileged now, my role as acting deputy principal is to mainly handle the academic affairs of the institution. Processes, policies that are within the academic. So where we are starting as an institution, we've started to talk about it. We have started at strategic level. We need to bring it down to policy. We have a committee that is mandated. It's called the Digitization Committee. Theirs is to help us through our digitization journey, and AI issues fall there. So policy is going to be one of those things that we develop. And then, of course, we have to learn from our big brothers in the developed world, how they are managing the whole academic AI integrity, which is a problem. Because even when you give students an assignment, you'll simply see. So we need to also create that awareness and training.
So how are you handling that, the assignment issue? How are you weeding it out?
So we are telling staff, because staff need to be aware. When you're a staff, and at face value you look at a document, you'll know that it's AI generated. There was no thought process. So we've encouraged staff, when you give an assignment, follow it up with presentation. Of course, they'll generate the presentation by AI, but assess the actual analytical dimensions. It's not just cognitive or production of the knowledge which AI will give you, but we are telling staff to be able to interrogate the assignments the students have made, because you can tell.
Do you have AI detectors?
Not yet,
like
but
apps and
we're not yet. We're at policy level. We are going to start the development of the policy, and then we begin, because the policy is the one that guides you on which applications are you using, how are they being used, how are they being integrated into, But right now we're also using the Turnitin, which is mainly plagiarism detection, not AI detection. So we're also in the learning process. We've accepted it, we're talking about it. We are now creating policies and then create operational dimensions to be able to curb unethical aspects. It's going to be a journey, but we have to embark on it. So that's what I can say for now with regards to that subject.
What do you say to all young women looking at you now, having scaled these heights?
Yeah.
What would be your message to them? You have she may be a young girl somewhere in a rural area, she may be here, she may be a student at the university. What kind of advice would you give her in as far as academic progression and generally anything about life is concerned?
Okay. Many people say I'm young, but at 41 I feel like I am not young.
No, 41 you're extremely young.
Thank you for the compliment.
You practically have about 40 years ahead of you if nothing goes wrong.
Amen.
55.
Well, I think age is relative, the way we look at it. But I appreciate the compliment. For the young ladies out there, this life, if you're not focused, you will just get off the grid. It's not that we grow up knowing what we want, but along the way, the environment frames us into being focused on what we actually want to achieve in life. And from my experience, ambition is not a bad thing. Ambition helps us to be able to elevate. But of course, with caution, your environment, your cultural orientation, it's good to understand it. And also, for me, gratitude for every milestone in life that is taken is very, very important. And the very deliberate effort in attaining life's goals and achievement is very important. For women who are married, I would say it's important to know the difference, to draw the line between your academic accolades and your marital or parental duties. So that line is very important to be drawn and understood. And then you would be able to really progress and have a balanced life. It's not an easy cut for everybody, but I know for me to get here, it's been the support system, supportive family, supportive spouse, understanding the working environment that you earn and looking out for the opportunities and going out to get them. Being a woman is not a problem. It is actually an opportunity sometimes. So thank you for that.
Thank you very much, Professor Mindra, for your time. And we wish you well.
Thank you so much.
In your new endeavors and in your new responsibilities.
Thank you.
Our viewers, we have been